Legislator Bosworth?
You know, you have made some very compelling statements, and I don't think there's a person up here who's not concerned about.
Well, I wish I was making them up, and I'm not.
No. I think it's quite clear that you're not. You know, it's one thing to privatize and have the contract and save the money. It's another thing to make sure that the contract is being fulfilled and the services that are promised are actually delivered. So you're bringing to the forefront the fact that many of the services that are indicated in this contract, in fact, are not being delivered. And Legislator Denenberg's office is going to look into it, and that's appreciated, and we need to know exactly what is happening. My concern is, and this is, you know, again, just something that I've heard, and I hope that what I'm hearing is incorrect, is that in terms of the Nassau County lab that's been closed, that there's talk of privatization and there's talk of turning it over to Armor. So that actually causes me to have some
Can I be the first to be on record to say that's probably not a very good idea?
Yeah,
and I don't know if anyone did their due diligence, but Armor has about 4 or 5 pages of lawsuits pending in the jurisdictions that they're in.
Again, it's not something that's been said. It's something that I've heard.
That was brought up with the lawsuits. That was brought up when the contract was heard, and they got up and they explained that there were 3 or 4, and the rest was full.
Well, you have 3 or 4 more, and they're not garbage.
Well, okay. Just let's not revisit the old ground.
Right. So John, I appreciate your having the tenacity to stay for all these hours, to bring this to us again and again and again. And I'm hoping that these comments will really be taken seriously, heard, and looked into.
Thank you very much, Chief.
Legislator Denenberg.
Mr. Jaronczyk, thank you very much for staying here as long as you did. And I, for one, know you would say that you've been here again and again regarding what you perceive, and let's be sure you perceive these as safety issues in the jail for your men and for the prisoners alike, correct?
Absolutely.
And in terms of, there was a lot being touted about Armor and the privatization and saving money. Today we're hearing that maybe in the long run it'll cost us money, whether it's through lawsuits or just we're not getting what we're contracting for. Is that what I'm hearing?
Absolutely.
And you represent your men, and it's great that legislators Gonzalez and Ford want to go and see what's going on. Maybe everyone wants to, but there's a public safety committee. And when you want to hear from the presiding officer that we already heard about lawsuits against Armor, and you're saying that there's different ones, and you as president of the union is saying that there's public safety issues in the jail, it really cries out that the public safety committee should hear it. Let everyone come and say what's going on, hear all sides, if you will, but get to the bottom of it. It's our job to make sure that when we have people warning us about what's going on in jail, and when we have facts like it's been going on for the last few years, we should really be looking into it. So I, for one, would say that the Public Safety Committee should really be hearing
Thank you very much, Dave. I actually did try that once, and they wouldn't allow me to speak. I remember. So, you know, listen, if you don't want to hear the information, you're going to get what you get.
Well, otherwise we're just all going to go individually and hear reports back. Although, obviously, Legislator Gonzalez, it's her district, but there is a Public Safety Committee, which is supposed to be looking into public safety issues. So I join you in asking for a hearing.
We're going to keep the record straight. At that Public Safety Committee, where you came in and tried to sandbag the head of the committee into public comment, you had made your arrangements with the minority.
That's absolutely false.
Absolutely untrue.
Absolutely
you should have made it with the majority.
That is absolutely false. I didn't make arrangements with anyone.
Yeah, I know. That's why Denenberg had the list of everybody who could never mind.
I didn't have a list of anything, Mr. Schmitt. What are you talking about? When Mr. Jaronczyk came down, he came down to try to bring up an issue at a Public Safety Committee, and he was denied the right. I didn't even know he was coming down.
I understand the agenda, Dave. They want their members back in doing the health care. It's lots of overtime. It's good for them. It's good for the union.
They're not my members that do the health care. I want safety at that jail.
I know. Every time they send an inmate to the hospital, you'd have to send 2 correctional officers with them. They send 2 correctional officers with them.
Let
and they house them over in that prisons.
Well, what do you think's happening right now when they send an inmate to the hospital? They're still sending 2 correctional officers over there.
They're not sending nearly as many.
No, because they're dying inside your jail. That's why you're not sending them over there. Is that what you want to hear?
Mr. Schmitt, for the record, I think this is something that the Public Safety Committee of this body should be looking into, period.
No.
And the best way to do it is in a hearing.
Okay, that's noted. Thank you.
Thank you.